Used iPhones are always in hot demand, and they're a good option if you're looking to save some money on an Apple smartphone. Like any second-hand purchase, there are some things you should check before you hand over your money. For online sales, this isn't possible, so you'll have to do your due diligence online instead. When purchasing an item in person, you should consider your personal safety above all else. Meet in a public place like a cafe or shopping center, and consider taking someone with you. On this video, we are going to tell you the 10 most important things you must check when buying a second-hand iPhone. We begin with number 1. Does the iPhone turn on? Perhaps the most important thing to check is whether or not the iPhone powers up. This seems obvious, but some sellers may try and pass off an iPhone that won't boot as having a dead battery. Don't fall for this, and make sure the iPhone boots to the lock screen or hello prompt. Furthermore, you might want to insist that the iPhone includes a charger and wall adapter too. An iPhone without these items is more likely to be stolen. 2. Is activation lock still enabled? Once the iPhone boots, you should hope to see a lock screen that invites the owner to enter a passcode. If you see a message about entering a password to activate the iPhone is possibly stolen. Even if it hasn't been stolen, you can't make use of it in this state, so you're best walking away. Insist that the seller activates the iPhone by entering their password. 3. Check if the iPhone has already been erased. When meeting a seller, the iPhone may have already been erased, ready for sale. This isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it stops you from being able to test the device fully. You might notice a hello or swipe to begin message. If this is the case, for you to adequately test the iPhone, you should ask the seller to sign in with their own information so that the phone is in a functional state. This may require that they insert their SIM card to activate the device. You can then perform some of the checks before deciding if you want to purchase the device. 4. Is there any visible damage? Most used iPhones are going to have scuffs and scratches, even if they were kept in a case for their entire lives. If the iPhone is handed to you in a case, always remove it to get a better look. Fully inspect the device for any signs of visible damage, including scratches and small cracks around the edge of the display. 5. How's the battery health? Lithium-ion batteries degrade over time, and any used iPhone is bound to have a battery that isn't going to hold 100% of its original capacity. You can head to Settings, Battery, then touch Battery Health to check 2 important metrics: maximum capacity and performance capability. Maximum capacity will give you a rough idea of how much charge the battery now holds. Anything above 90% is good, but the lower the number, the less time you'll be able to go between recharges. What's more important is the battery's performance capability. 6. What's the performance like? Use the iPhone a bit and see how it performs. Take the age of the device into consideration, and be aware that older devices will be more sluggish than newer ones. You're looking for obvious signs of slowdown that might suggest something is wrong with an internal component. A few simple tests you can perform include browsing a responsive website like apple.com, searching for an app using Spotlight, launching and perusing the App Store, zooming and scrolling around the inbuilt Maps app, accessing Notification Center and Control Center, and swiping between widgets and app icons on your home screen. 7. How's the display condition? If the iPhone has a traditional edge-lit LCD, check that all of the lights are working. If the iPhone has an OLED display, then you should check for burn-in too. Neither of these will necessarily affect how the device functions, and may not be visible under normal usage, but you should know about a problem before you buy. 8. Do the speakers and microphones work? You can easily test the microphone by recording something using Apple's built-in Voice Memos app. Test the speaker by playing back the recording, previewing a ringtone under Settings, Sounds and Haptics. It's also a good idea to check the earpiece volume, and the only way of doing so is by making a phone call. 9. Check the other buttons too. Check to make sure the mute switch works correctly, located on the left side of the iPhone. Beneath this, you'll find volume rockers. These buttons are useful for turning up call volume and taking photos. Plus, you'll need to use them if ever you want to force restart your iPhone. The side button on the right side of the iPhone is used to wake and sleep your iPhone, invoke Siri, force restart, and access Apple Pay and other wallet functions. Make sure everything works as expected and feels good to press. A mushy button may be on the way out. 10. Check if all the cameras work as advertised. Finally, check all of the cameras and lenses. Open the camera app and switch to the front-facing camera, Then use all of the cameras on the rear of the device. In good light, the image should be relatively clear and not grainy. The image should update smoothly, and tapping the screen should focus on that particular area. If you found this helpful, please give it a thumb up and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching.